Son. Why do I keep seeing you around my children?
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Your Honor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we'll be talking about Your Honor Season 2, Episode 4. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And for Episode 5, I will be getting that recap out for you guys on Friday. I was kind of caught up doing all types of different things for Episode 4, but we're here now. I know you guys have been waiting for this recap, but this episode was straight up crazy. Michael, man, he was like, screw it. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and end me right now, Jimmy. Michael didn't care for real at the end of the day. He's looking for a way to get up out of this. It didn't really matter to him what Jimmy would have did to him, right? But we know Jimmy was talking about, I'm not going to be your executioner. So Michael's journey continues. And it was crazy in this episode to see Eugene. He took the money. He took it back to Big Mo. But that's going to cause a huge ripple effect. Because y'all know Roderick, he's not playing around. And I really can't wait to see how all this is going to explode in the next upcoming episode. But let's get into this episode 4 recap. Let's go over the description of the episode. The title of the episode is called Part 14. The description of the episode reads, Olivia's plan to get Michael closer to the Baxters seems to be working when he gets invited to Jimmy Baxter's 50th birthday party. There he witnesses the return of legendary gangster Carmine Conti, guest star Mark Margolis. We know him from Breaking Bad. He played Hector, so just seeing him in this episode was flat out crazy in the same scene with Michael Desiato. Now we know he is the father of Gina. It states that Eugene makes a selfless decision to repay Little Mo for his kindness, but his good deed threatens to expose massive corruption across the power structure of New Orleans. So that is the description of the episode. We talked about Mark Margolis coming into this season, him playing Carmine Conti. We know he's going to be very dangerous, and we know he's going to implement what he wants to bring within this family. It's going to get crazy because in this episode, it was almost like the calm before the storm. Just wait as the season continues to air out how this dude starts to respond. And then when we see that respond, I want to know what Jimmy Baxter is going to do just based on, her father's actions. So we're going to see. But let's hop right into this recap. What did we see in episode 4? Now, the episode starts out with Jimmy taking Michael back home. And Michael wants to know, how did Jimmy know where his mother-in-law stayed and that he was staying with her in the first place? That's because he's been watching you. He's been watching your every move. So you know he's dangerous and he ain't playing around with you. He wants Michael to come to his 50th birthday party, and he wants him to bring Charlie. So we know what Jimmy's trying to do. He's trying to bring them all in. He wants to convince everybody that he's cool with the mayor and, of course, the old judge. This is all a part of his game plan. And at the same time, we know Mike was real close with Fia, so this all works for him. It makes him seem like he's really a family man and he's really looking out for the people. Meanwhile, Olivia, she is watching Michael's every move and she's happy. She's like, look, we're in, because she wants him to go to that party. That way she can try to get some intel to take down the Baxter family. We get Little Mo. She's once again calling Little Mo, and she wants to know where this money is at. But we know Eugene, he still has the phone. He is not answering at all. But we know later on in that episode, Eugene's going to have to make a choice. Does he take the money and save Little Mo, or does he just get the hell up out of there? Now, Olivia's telling Michael, look, you need to go to that party. I need you to do this. But y'all know how Michael is. He's like, man, look, I don't even know why I'm helping you out like this. I don't really want to go, but she does convince him to go to that party, and we know he's going to have to go ask Charlie to come with him. Now, we get to Aunt Sheila and Trey. Trey has his one phone call. He calls his mom, and she's like, look, I'm not getting you out, plain and simple. That's one of the last things that I planned on doing today. I got a lot of other things that I got to get done, and bailing you out ain't one of them. Little Mo uses his phone call. He calls Eugene. He tells him, like, look, just protect the money. Once I get out, we're going to figure out what we're going to do with it, but I need you to watch it. And Eugene, man, his facial expressions, he was pretty much just telling on himself, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. We got Aunt Sheila. She's asking him about what happened. He tells her they got into a fight while he was in the car, and then he came back. And then Roderick, he comes. And when he showed up, I already knew what time it was. Now, Sheila, she already knew who he was or whatever, but he walks right in and he's looking for the money. Eugene's facial expression, this is what I'm talking about. Because Roderick looked in and he saw how Eugene was looking. I mean, Eugene just looked like he was up to something. So Roderick was like, okay, let me come up on in here, man. Is Trey around? Let me look for this money. Didn't find anything, luckily, but we know Roderick was not going to let this go at all. Now, Big Mo makes a call to her sister, Sheila, and apparently they ain't talked in about 10 years. Now, Sheila thought somebody died, but that was not the case. We know Big Mo, she is just looking for a little Mo and Trey. She wants to know where that money at. Sheila tells her, stay away from her son. Plain and simple. That's all she's going to say. And the conversation pretty much ended. Then we get to Michael and Charlie. Michael was telling him, like, look, I need you to come to this party. He tells him about Adam and Fia having a baby. And your boy Charlie's like, man, this is my fault. You know what I'm saying? This is my fault that this happened. But we know Charlie will end up showing up at that party for Michael. Now, Sheila, she goes and she visits Trey and Little Mo. She wants to know what's going on. She tells Little Mo, like, look, I told you when Eugene came here, I didn't want no trouble coming with him or whatever. And she tells them about Roderick coming there looking for something. And she's like, look, did y'all bring anything in my home? I ain't got time for the trouble. And she tells them also that Big Mo's been calling around looking for him, right? So we know Little Mo was talking about, look, you get me out, I will take care of everything. You ain't got nothing to worry about, I promise. But it seems like Sheila kept her word. She was not about to bail anybody out. We see her leave, and we also see your boy Roderick watching her every move, and he starts to follow her. So it goes to show you that he did not believe anything that she was talking about earlier on in the episode, and he wanted to make sure he got his money. Now we get to Michael. We see that Olivia has gave him a suit. He has a phone, and we know she's put a recording device in that suit, but Michael does not necessarily know that right now. Now, Michael does meet up with Fia, and she's like, look, my dad said you was coming to his party. I don't really want my family all in my life like that. Are you really coming? Because I was hoping you would not come. But Michael is coming. On top of that, he needs to get his hair cut and fixed up. So Fia decides to help him out with that because they was cracking on him earlier on in the episode, Olivia and her stylist talking about he looked like Saddam Hussein. Now, Fia was able to get him together. I found it funny that Fia said that every time her family's around, bad things happen. And Michael told her, well, every time I'm around, bad things happen too. Reminded me of Breaking Bad when Walter told Skyler, like, look, I am the danger. Because she was telling him, look, you're in danger and all that. That boy went off. He was not playing around at all, but this was more kind of low key with it. When Michael tells Fia bad things happen when he's around too. Now, we get to Big Mo. She's having a conversation with Rudy, and y'all know Rudy is going to give her the intel on why Little Mo is locked up in the first place. And of course, he gives her the intel that Little Mo and Trey is locked up, and she needs his help to get him out. But he's like, look, man, I'm tired of doing all this. I'm tired of breaking my back, you know, doing these favors for you. And I can tell how this storyline is going, that the relationship between Rudy and Big Mo is not going to end well when it's all said and done. Now, Michael shows up to Jimmy's birthday party. He's, you know, way sharper than he was when this season first started. And Jimmy is actually looking kind of happy that Michael is there. I believe he's just using Michael anyway, just to try to get closer to his daughter. And of course, having Charlie there, he wants the people to see that he's with the mayor and he's cool with all of them. Now, Gina, she is pissed off that Michael was there. She wants to know what the hell is going on. She's kind of wondering why Carla was not very upset, because Carla already knows what time it is. She goes to Michael. She tells him this is a private party. And then Michael tells her Jimmy invited him there. So she's pissed off about that. She does not want him around at all. Meanwhile, Olivia is listening to everything while she's in there, you know, betting on horse races and stuff. But she wants Michael to continue to do what he's been doing. But this could be very dangerous for Michael. And he was smart by finding this recording device and taking it out. Because had he kept it in, Frankie would have found it. And who knows, it could have been over for your boy just like that. Now, everybody's saying happy birthday to Jimmy, and Jimmy decides to call Michael out or whatever, talking about he is the newest member of the family. He mentions Adam and Fia's relationship and how they have a son or whatever. And, you know, he just wants everybody to upset Michael within this whole family. And he calls Charlie up there as well, talking about you was Adam's godfather and maybe you would be a good candidate to be, you know, my grandson's godchild as well. So he's just throwing everything out there. I mean, he's making it very awkward for everybody. Carmine Conti, he comes up, and apparently Michael thought this dude was dead. He can't believe he's even there. And I guess we find out that he's not been in town since like the late 90s or whatever. Now, Fia, she is pissed off because she's like, man, I did not agree with any of this stuff that dad is talking about. And we know she's going to have a conversation with Michael later on. Now, little Mo is finally bailed out. He is free. And now he needs to go get that money. He makes a call to Eugene and he tells him, we are on our way to the house. I need you to get up out of there. Eugene didn't even pick up the phone. He had to leave a voicemail. So it made the whole scene even more intense because we didn't know if Eugene's going to be in the house or not. Your girl Gina, she's complaining to her pops about what Jimmy's been doing. She's not liking it. The family's not doing well. But her father tells her, look, everything's going to be all right. This is why he is here. Don't worry. I'm telling y'all right now, man, this Carmine Conti dude is going to be very dangerous. Now, Fia, she does go to Michael and Charlie, and she tells them that she did not agree with anything that her dad was talking about. She knew nothing about it. Of course, they're not really tripping about it at all. Charlie, he just wants to see a picture of Adams and her, kid. She shows him the picture, then all of a sudden, her and Michael, they start talking. She gives him a hug. And I knew when this was happening, I knew Jimmy was watching. Jimmy was watching and he was pissed off because this is what Jimmy wants. He can't even get a solid conversation with his daughter. She does not even want to be around him. Meanwhile, Michael is getting hugs. She is talking to him. And we know this hurts Jimmy a lot because he knows the truth about Adam and Rocco. So once Fia does find out, I'm telling y'all, man, that's the scene you don't want to miss. Now, Little Mo goes back to the house. The house is destroyed. It seems like Roderick came there and flipped the whole house looking for that money. We see the Desire crew members with the strap because they telling Big Mo the money ain't here. So now Little Mo's like, man, it's pretty much over for me. The money's not here. Eugene's not here. I don't know what I'm going to do. Big Mo's on the phone. She tells them like, look, I got a good idea on where the money is at. And then we see Eugene with the money. He took it to Big Mo and now your boy Little Mo is going to be saved. But based off the episode 5 trailer, it seems like things are about to get real spicy for the Desire crew. Y'all let me know, do y'all think Eugene was right? I will say this, if Eugene would have left that money there, that means Roderick would have got that money, which means Big Mo would have never got it and she would have never got her business that she plans on buying. So at the end of the day, it's going to be some consequences. The sad thing is Roderick will be coming back and he's not going to forget what happened. So I cannot wait to see how this all is going to end. Now, Jimmy decides to take Michael downstairs with Frankie and have a conversation. And Frankie, he couldn't wait to get a shot on Michael. He hit him right in the stomach and he's searching his clothes. He sees that he does not have anything on him. Of course, Michael was smart by getting rid of that recording device because if it was caught on him, it would have been over for him. Plain and simple. Now, Jimmy wants to know, why is he here? Why did he get a job delivering meat to the hotel? Why is he hanging around Fia all the time? He cannot even get a conversation with his daughter, but Michael can talk to her so easily. He just wants to know what the hell is he up to, right? Now, Michael tells him, like, look, the only reason that he even got out was because he was going to take himself out, and they did not want him to do that. They did not want that on them, so they released him, right? And he tells Jimmy, if you're going to do it, go ahead and do it. End me right now, if that's what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Michael wants to get up out of this. To be honest, he doesn't really care if he lives or not. And Jimmy sees that. You know what I'm saying? Michael told him, man, I didn't really want to live anymore, to be honest with you. So if you got to do what you got to do, so be it. Jimmy is like, well, I'm not going to be your executioner. I mean, you're going to pull the strap out, but you're not going to pull the trigger. That's your mistake, Jimmy. And I'm pretty sure he's going to regret it later on. But then again, Olivia did say if they would have took you out, I would have been able to arrest all of them, right? That's what she said in the episode 5 trailer, I believe. So we're going to see how this all is going to play out, man. It's about to get crazy in these next few episodes. I want to know what's about to go down with Gina's father, Carmine Conti. He's about to turn up at the same time. We know the Desire crew, they have issues as well. So we're going to see how this all is going to play out. Now, as I told you guys, I will be dropping the episode 5 recap on my normal day, which will be Friday. So be on the lookout for that. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.